Hi guys, this is Heidi Stitching Faye back with the Flosstube, another Flosstube. It's number 10, double digits. Welcome all to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitching where I talk about my cross stitching adventures, what I still stitched before, what I'm stitching now, my progresses and plans. And if this is what you like, this kind of content, what you like to see, please hit like and subscribe so the YouTube knows and suggests you my channel. I am today gonna talk about mostly Thanksgiving. Today is November 14, 2022, and last Thursday of the month is our Thanksgiving in United States where I live, and we do celebrate the Thanksgiving. So for that reason, and I have a lot of Thanksgiving patterns. I don't have a lot of finishes. Sir Thomas is the only one, and I was a little bit conflicted because I want to celebrate Christmas. I love Christmas too, and I love Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving here, Christmas here, Halloween here. I found two more stuff, so I thought I'll show you. But the finishes today, I'm not gonna try to confuse too much, so I'm gonna limit it to my newly finishes, which happens to be Christmas, but my old finishes, it's gonna be all Thanksgiving. I have one Halloween, but that's a new finish. Thanksgiving finishes and progress, and I'll show some plans for the future. I'm gonna start, I have quite a bit to show, so I will start from my, you know what, let me just start, show one or two of my fully finishes that I have it. It's white dye needle and thread. Sunflowers too, Hildy Witch and Sunflowers too. I think Hilda Witch and Sunflowers too. This is the old finish. I did 14 count hand dyed Ada, and I finished it into a pillow, just a Halloweeny themed baking, and I love her. She's so pretty. I love Brenda Gervais witches. I think exceptional one or two. I have most of her witches. Next year I'll show entire her collection. So I just used the pom-pom. It comes like this from Joanne. I just sewed. Yeah, I sewed this one and Jingles. And Hilda Boo and Sunflowers too, with dye needle and thread. I know that one because I took out the pattern and I forgot over there. So it's gonna be right next to my Holly Christmas because we are celebrating everything in this house. This one is a tiny finish I had long time ago. Not Waxing Moon, Sweetheart Tree. See, I even checked, so I don't, hold on, let's put it this way, because if I put this in front of the microphone, it muffles my voice. I used 36 count linen. Use the floss. I use the charm comes with it, but the beads and stuff, I just thought about it. I wanted to make it fancy. I did it. So I do have a finish. I don't know where to put one single ornament, but I have it, Sweetheart Tree, and it's just pumpkin, so it has to have some Thanksgiving-y title. I just don't know. It's available pattern. All right, I'm excited. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new finishes. They were, last time I showed you guys, and they were really close, so it's not surprise. If you've seen my last video, you would know that this is what I'm talking about. And excuse me, Waxing Moon Design Christmas Tree Trio. I had this one finished, so I had partially this one, the 3-part finished. So I just added half of this, the border, and this one fully. And I also took out, last time I showed, I had a big red star button, but it took away from the design, so I took out all the stars and I sewed with the DMC Etoile thread, which is like a shiny thread, And this is the new finish of the star. And the first one, this was finished. I just changed the star. And this is called Merry Christmas. Waxing Moon Designs Christmas Trio. I stitched them on 14 count Ada that I got from big box stores, and I'm really happy about it. But I am planning later on stitch them on 40 count next to each other and either frame it or make a drum. I'm thinking drum if they are too small. That's what I'm hoping for. This bow got a little bit, when I ironed it, it kind of messy, but I can figure it out. I put beads over here, and it's called Joy and Love. I cannot read backwards. Joy and Love. So I had this part done. I finished the pot and the border and the wording. Joy and Love. Third one, it was a start and finish. Last time I only had the pre-cut fabric, so start and finish. It is Hope and Peace. I gotta say, from the pot, I love this one and this one because of all the vines go around it. I like all of them, but it was so much fun. Fabric color, I like it. I just wished it, even if it was 16 count, it would have been fun. But I'm okay with it. It is what it is. I finished it and I have it in my stash. That's good goals. Okay, excuse me. I have a little bit of a frog on my throat. Stony Creek's Magic in the Night is another finish. I had this on my plans that I was gonna finish it. Basically everything was stitched. All I had to stitch is this part and outer button. Stony Creek, and it's called Magic in the Night. So I stitched it on 18 count Lugana, and it is 1/1 with DMC 310. There is magic in the night when pumpkins glow by moonlight. And the reason I did it 1/1, I was trying to, I had a piece of floss on it. I'm still gonna try to make a pillow out of it. Otherwise, if you do it on a bigger count, probably you need to frame it. Well, you can make a big pillow to that, but that was my reasoning why I did 1/1 on 18 count. And it's called Magic in the Night. And I think, no, I have one more, excuse me. I was gonna say that's all my finishes, but I have my big finish, which I have shown last Flosstube. And if I just had a few stitches and that's it. Sometimes I just get tired and I don't want to make it into a chore, so if I see I'm getting tired of it, even if I'm very close to a finish, I just leave it aside, and when I feel like it, I'll just finish it. A lot of my mirrors I do that way, otherwise you get burned out and you're not going to enjoy the stitchings. Let's see. And this is Halloween Greetings by Kathy Barrick. The only thing I took out is the wording. The rest of it, I left it as it is with the code for DMC. This part entirely was finished. And this part mostly was filled in. So I filled in rest of the green. I had pumpkins already, so I added those coins, I think, or motifs, Quakers. I added these 3 stars. And it is finished. Well, I said I wanted to make a pillow. I'm still thinking, but if I find the right frame, I would not mind framing it. Flew my pin. I'll back up. So yeah, this is a big finish. So those are my 3, 4, 5 finishes. Now I'll show you guys some old finishes. Since it is still Thanksgiving, so I wanted to go with the Thanksgiving theme. This is Mirabilia. Even though it's small, like almost my hand size, this is Mirabilia, and this is Halloween Fairy. I stitched her on 14 count Tan Aida. I'm trying to think because I stitched this long time ago and I didn't date it. I know the beads are called for beads. I switched the purple. I wasn't sure what happened to this purple. I switched with the DMC because I lost it or whatever. And the skin tone, the floss that was a Crescent Colorworks hand dyed floss, and they are very variegated, and I think they are now they changed the company name, but the package I have is Crescent Colorworks. Excuse me. And the skin was the floss I got in my set was very variegated, although I should have put it in. I do have my skin color, but anyways, I changed it to DMC 754. So this is Halloween Fairy. I have the next one I have shown before, but since this is Thanksgiving and fall autumny fairy, Nora Corbett, I thought I should take her out and show again because I'm thinking of taking her and the Halloween Fairy to Hobby Lobby to see if I can find a frame to frame it myself. I'll ask them to cut the foam core and I'll pin it myself. This is Autumn Leaves, Nora Corbett. And these leaves that you see, it's one color. It's a silk color. What is it? Water lilies. It's a water lily that highly variegated water lily, and so I had to stitch one X at a time. This is two different kind of water lilies, and it switches as you stitch. The color of the leaves change with the floss, so it gives that effect. It's one of the fastest stitches of Nora's because it doesn't use a lot of floss. There are some Noras that ask a lot of floss, but this one surprisingly was very fast stitch. Okay, and my biggest, I'm really proud of it, biggest finish I have, oof, I touched this table, is the Rosewood Manor Autumn Quaker. I don't have the book, but I think by looking at the finish, it's Autumn Quaker, Rosewood Manor. This is entirety of it. Stitched on 28 count Dublin, and I got it as a set with the Valdani threads. Valdani threads are they are come in like a bobbin form, and there are 3 strands of floss. So highly variegated, like you can see the same floss changes color. It's a cotton floss, it's not silk, but it's very variegated and gives this effect. I put my first letter and look how pretty it is. And what is good about this design, and I finished 2020, I put the year over here. I pulled out the entire set, I'll show it to you guys so you see where I want to go. My plan was to, excuse me, I have a little bit of dry throat. My plan was to have one each year to finish 2020. I started the winter and halfway done with it 2021, but I don't know, I didn't pick that up. And 2022, it's on my plans to finish it at least 2022, so I'll have the spring and the summer. So this is the size. Let me start. Autumn Quakers. Look at this. Love it so much. I just want to stand like this. I'm so proud of it. Um, Very easy, fast stitch. The only thing I can say about this design is it changes floss a lot. So it has a comes with a package of it, pre-packed Valdani threads, and basically you stitch 2 X's, then you have to end the thread and stitch another 2-3 X's, then end the thread, then use another color. So same motif has 5-6 colors. So I had it what do you call it? I pre-threaded at the needles, and I was using it. And for this I used size 26 needles because it's a 3 strands of floss of Valdani. I will show it with other projects so you guys can see how thick they are. And this is Autumn Quaker. And end of the video. I just love it so much. I should frame it, but my thinking is I should wait for the other 3 so I can have all 4 of them framed the same kind of frame. That's why I'm not, I don't know, should I or should I wait? That's why I'm not framing that one, because I want them to match. My idea was to put on my kitchen all 4 of them next to each other all year round, because I put a lot of hours and I don't want to just be seasonal. I had 2 new starts. I was good. Usually I have a lot more than 2, but this is a big start. Elizabeth Furnace 1836, Hands Across the Sea samplers. So I start from this side and I go up. And I see a lot of people, almost every Flosstuber I watch, they say upper left corner, which makes sense, because if you start from upper left corner and you go down, you touch less on your stitches and they stay fresher, your hand oils. The way I do it, as I go up, I touch the stitching. And I was watching some tutorials why my X's don't look good when I go this way, but when I start from here, my X's look neat and tight. So I figured out what happened. Usually people, the way you go the bottom leg and the top is opposite than what I do. That's why if I start from here, my stitching looks crooked. But if I start from here, my stitches look cleaner. That's why. I did start her with the Vicki Clayton silks, and oh my God, I don't know how am I gonna go back to DMC, but I am. It's very pretty, and this is my small start. Yeah, I think I can do it. I started the corner. I put the, look how pretty the silks are, and it's so light and buttery. I work on 40 count old sheep linen by Exude Design by Victoria Clayton Silks. And I did this red line to get myself, I have enough, I had a big cut. I learned my lesson. Let me show you how big it is gonna be on 40 count. And my end is here. I counted it, that's why I have it. But my thinking is, I don't think I'm gonna leave the red line. I watch other Flosstubers, and I went to Pinterest and I saw some finishes. People don't have this line border, and it's harder to frame it when you have a straight line border. And even on the booklet, I was surprised. I didn't see the border. They framed over the borders. So for my guidance, I'm gonna keep the red until I get all the way end, but I think I'm gonna pull out the red. So this is Vicki Clayton Silks and Elizabeth Furnace, Hands Across the Sea samplers. Such a fun design. I was having a hard time letting it go because I want to stitch, but after a while I get tired. Another not big start, But start and nevertheless, it was a blackbird design. And I showed you guys last time. Really small stars from, hold on. It's from the Winds of Autumn book. It's available. A Sister's Love. This is a reproduction sampler, but they made it their own, so it's not true to the exact from the museum, and they put their own initials here. So what I'm gonna do, I'll put my own initials, and I use the DMC, and I'm using 36 count R&R Brenda Sprue linen. It has a lot of, I think this is called eyelets. So pretty. And this is a easy stitch, but I tried to be clever for this. It says 16 times, like you do it's 4 blocks, and you go for 16 times the floss, you go around it to make those eyelets. I thought like I'll do it 8 times. It didn't look good, so I had to pull them all out and redo it again with 16 times. Each one you go 16 times each square, and gives you this effect. This is not a hard stitch, and this is really fun. So I'm gonna slowly do it. I have no expectation of finishing anytime soon, but I'm so happy I started it. Sometimes for me, starting it is harder than finishing it, but if I have started, I can pick up, maybe not right away, but I'll pick it up and I'll stitch on them. My biggest progress that I love to show is on my mirror, and I want to start a bunch of mirrors, but I was barely holding myself not to start. So I convinced myself if I finish a mirror before May, I'll start the mirror instead of just starting all the mirrors. So this is, I forgot, Royal Holidays, a Christmas Queen. I stitched her on, I'm stitching her on 32 count, picture this plus gingerbread. My favorite fabric of all times. All my Christmases, most of my Christmases, if I have gingerbread, I'll stitch it. And look at this guy. She has a face and some hair. My very first video, I showed her and I had up to here. I added all these flowers, hair. This beading I had it, so I added this one. It was very hard for me. Usually I like to bead the last, but it was getting too confusing. So I added the beads, so I know where to keep up with my count. These flowers took me a long time. I thought, I'm like, okay, that's easy, I'll do it. My God, 2 X's of one green, 2 X's of another green, 1 X of one pink, 1 X's of light red. It was a little bit finicky, but I love it. My goal, well, I should not go on plans, but since I have it hold up, I'm gonna try to finish her. Basically, everything up to here is finished. Like, I've been using Whisper. This is my second one. I'm almost done. This is the Fuzzy Whisper I usually use. Oh no, they're gonna ring the bell. Okay. This is the Fuzzy Whisper I use. Oh, there was a person on my door, a delivery, and I didn't want to stop the video. Where was I? Whisper, you need 3 of them. This is my second one, and it's not gonna finish. I still have to finish all of this with the Whisper, and a lot of this Whisper. I'm not sure if I need it for her head. No, I don't. So I just need this back of it and here, but there's nothing left from my second, so you need 3 of them. The Cranix, the gold one, if you are very careful, one is almost okay, but like you have to go. I'm very careful with my floss, so I might be able to finish it. But for the gold one, you might need to choose spools of Kranic too. The funny thing is the eye for 1X, they were asking one color of blue. I did finish her eye with the green. Moms of our family, both my husband and I, have green eyes. My mom is a redhead, I know. It's she's naturally green eyes, redhead. My mother-in-law, very pretty woman. She has a bright green eyes and blonde hair. So I wanted to, because she's mature, a regular woman, I want to represent our moms. So I went with the green eyes. And the eye and the lip I do 1/1. Rest of it I did 2/2. In this case I could not go 1/2 because my fabric color is so dark. If I decided to go for the skin 1/2 so it doesn't look choppy, would have been see-through. So I had to go 2/2, and actually it looks very good because Picture This Plus, if you guys used that before, you know Picture This Plus fabrics, their dyeing technique makes it tighter, so it feels like almost 36 counts. So that made it help with the skin. I don't want to let it down. I'm loving it so much. She is just so beautiful. I really wanted to finish her crown, but I got tired of work. This is all Kranic. At the top, she has so much bead and Kranic. I was just tired. I'm like, I wanted a break so I don't get burnout with this. But I'm hoping, I'm not gonna frame it, but I'm hoping next time I'll have it finished, and instead of Holly, maybe I'll put her back of me or something. I'll put some kind of board, and I'll just let her show her reign in there. Okay, that was really big stitching I done, and I'm really proud of it. Another one, I'm almost done, but I'm planning this one to finish this year. Santa Prairie Schooler Santa 2022. Usually I put the year of the Santa, they are printed. And I thought like at least 1 year I want to finish it in the year it was printed, so I'll put it my finish year and the Santa year the same. So I'm really working on him to finish next time before 2022. So this is Santa 2022. It's called Arctic Lights. Over here it says Arctic Lights. It says the penguins. Penguins and the shoes have the same color, 844, which I put on his shoe. But for the penguins, I decided to go black, and I'm going back and forth. I love the black. So penguin's gonna be black, and I'm gonna take out the Arctic Lights, and instead I'm gonna put 2022. There's a back stitching frame. I usually don't put them. And the glowing Christmas lights. So I decided instead of making it into a glowing Christmas light, I'm gonna go back some of the other Santas. They have tiny hollies. If I can find a small charged holly, or if I can do it, I'm just gonna make green hollies and I'll put red seed beads. Most of my Prairie Schooler Santas, I add either charm, I add a button or beads. So I'm trying to make a little bit my own. So this is the 2022 Santa. And the colors are the red one from beginning. When I started several years ago, I chose my own colors, and this is actually wool, Medici wool. I started with those, so I'm going all my Santas so they match. I'm using the same fabrics and same red tone for their coats. I will show you guys later all of up to now how many I finished it, so you guys get idea. But this is my goal to finish it. and 16 count chocolate. So let's put it here. All right, another quite a bit progress I did was on dimension, upside down dimension. This is the regular one, not the gold, so it's easier. Scenic Farm, it has a Christmassy, autumny look. Last time I showed, I had this house and this tree, middle. So I did a middle start, so I had this much. I'm trying to go this way and finish it. And I'm happy to say I did quite a bit of stitching on this one too. It doesn't hold. Hold on. I switched the fabric to 32 count white Belfast linen. So this was the line. I had everything stitched already. So I did over here the snow, the ships, the roof, and the side of the barn. The ships are finished stitching, but they look a little bit crooked because they need two different kinds of back stitching with two different floss colors and thicknesses. So this chart asks to use 1, 2, 3, 4, I think in one place 6 strands of floss, but you do half stitch, you do cross stitch. So like the roof is all half stitch and blended. Once it's finished, it's gonna look gorgeous, but I'm still gonna work on it because this is the season and this is exactly what I need for my background. It's autumn, it's winter, but honestly, if I finish it and I frame it, I put so much work on it, I'm gonna put all year round. Scenic Farm, I'm so happy I decided to pick it up and put some stitches. It's a really pretty one. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Okay, next one is I did Flowers of the Month, Ellen Morer Stratt. This is the name. I just typed her name and came up with her free pattern. I just don't want to show it because I'm not. I think you guys have to go pick it up from her site. It's 2010 free pattern, but it's still up. I did quite a bit stitching on this one too. Last few floss tubes I was showing, I was doing borders. I'm still doing it. I need to more finish it than one half, but I had this one last floss tube. I added this one, Lily of the Valley. Was one of the not difficult. It had a lot of grays. Light gray, medium gray, very light gray, like it had a lot of changes. But it didn't have a back stitch, so it took me a while to finish it. I'm so happy. And I started a Wild Rose, but I was burned out by then. But this is one of the fastest ones, so if I put few hours, I can finish this one, Wild Rose. And I just want to have something done, and I was tired of border stitching, so I told you, like you guys, if I have something bright, it makes me motivate to go back and stitch more of it. So I can finish Wild Rose, and either I'll finish the borders and I add one more, or I'll just finish the Wild Rose and finish the borders. But this is almost done. I'm so happy for it. It's a big one, but it's 32 count cream Belfast linen. Another one I had good session of stitching was Shannon Christine Designs Pumpkin Spice. Last floss tube I showed, I had only the cup done, everything. Cup was fully finished. So this time around, finished pumpkin, I added some motifs. and partially the pumpkins. This one is stitched on 14 count of one of a kind dies. I got it from eBay. I think that seller doesn't dye the same fabric twice. And it's 14 count. I had in my stash, so I used it. The only thing I changed was the lid because of the color it was blending in, so I just back stitched the lid. Other than that, most of it is done. I just need to put this word spice, and I think that's it, and finish the pumpkins. All right, let me see. So I worked on Nantucket Rose by Lavender and Lace Designs, and this time around I worked on, let me see, the 32 count Fraser's Ridge dyed by Fabrics by Stephanie. Fraser's Ridge by Fabrics by Stephanie. I had her already done last Flosstube, so I added the house and the fences and greenery. This is the this part is the most what you call it, confetti part. Nantucket Rose. It's funny, I seen some other people's works. Some people works, the water looks more brighter and the greens look more much different. And I was doing a little bit research and I saw Flosstuber mention it. I think the floss dye colors, it says 316 and 934. They almost look the same. So I think when I come up here, I'm gonna switch the darkest color with something different. So the colors look different because 3 has 4 colors, but 316 and 934 looks same. But when the designer designed it, they had a different dye lot. So I think the water too. I'm doing what's called for, but the water is not as bright as I have seen with another stitcher's work. So I'm gonna leave the water, but for the greenery, that part I might have to change. I did work on Mary Snow by Hands Across the Sea samplers. Oops. And I had up to here everything done, so I worked in the lower corner. I added the guide, the tree house, and I came all the way end of the design, so I know how big it is. I worked on 40 count cream Newcastle linen. And I thought it's gonna be fast, but this one is taking longer than I wanted. This was my goal. I even said, oh, I want to finish this, but yeah, this is a lot of stitching, you guys. I did this border, house, the pot. I didn't even add the owl. It needs another owl. I got the gentleman in. The middle was already done and the wording and stuff. So it might take me not one but a few more sessions. This feels like Christmassy, but I think you can frame it and use it all year round sampler because of the colors. It feels Christmassy. And I am using the Cold for DMCs. Mary Snow by Hands Across the Sea samplers. And worked on Winter Blessings by Twin Peaks Primitives. Basically, I'm not gonna stitch this part. I'm doing this much. The alphabet I'm taking out. And I did quite a bit. I won't say a lot, but quite a bit of stitching. Finished the ship. At first I thought I'll do whisper, but it was too finicky and I wanted to have a finish, so finished the sheep, add the squirrel, out the birds and the frame. This is the end of it. So this is the size. So I have the size of it, and I think I can get a frame from the store. Since I took out the alphabet, I think I can find it over the counter. And if I can finish it myself, I'll have a finish. Oh, I put some stitches on her skirt. It's a lot of filling in, so I'm gonna do slowly so I don't burn myself. She still needs a sheep and 2 bunnies, so quite a bit to go. I'm not planning to finish it, but I'm happy that I had a lot of stitching done. Worked on Ho 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 Christmas, Merry Christmas by WIP Needle and Thread. I started this, I had only HO over here. I started this on the Christmas in July. I was just motivated. I started my videos in July. I'm like, oh, let me just have some smalls. And I did this. I had this one, so I added this, and the Santa, and I started with the reindeer, but got burned out. So this is a 28 count Monaco hand coffee and tea dyed by me. The pattern is asking 28 count 1/1. That was the reason I was not stitching on it, because I just didn't want to do 1/1. But since I did give myself break, and I allowed myself to have a bigger one, I'm doing it, but it's going to be a lot bigger than what the pattern size is, because I'm doing 28 counts 2/2 with a needle and thread. And I used for the red, I used DMC, but for the red I used Silks for You red. I have a hank, I'm using it. That floss doesn't finish. I've been using it so many places and it's still there, so I'm using for everything red. I'm gonna actually start Rosewood Manor Red Rhapsody with the same floss. I don't have it in my plans, but I already told you guys, so there's that. I have also, I don't know if I can call it a finish, but well, I finished this block. I have all of it done, so I'm last block, but it's a lot of stitching, you guys, so I was burned out, so I stopped. It's a Hawk Run Hollow Halloween, Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow Carriage House samplings. So it's a partial finish or mini finish in my head. And I'm stitching this on 32 count white Lugana. I did start the next block and put 1 skeleton and a half. And can I tell you guys something? This skeleton color, it's DMC. It's one of my favorites right now. I don't know how I have a favorite DMCs like 3371 black brown one, 3777 is the red one, 315. So I'm putting this color, one of my favorites. Looks so good. And I did not even realize DMC had that kind of colors. So this is Hawk Run Hollow all together. And those are the 2 I worked on. After I finish it, I have no idea how I'm gonna fully finish it because they are huge. All right, I'm getting there. Aunt Thomas Hands Across the Sea samplers. So my goal was to finish all of it, but these flowers have a lot of color change. So I did work a lot, but didn't finish it. I'm working on 36 count Mayflower Mocha by XQ Designs. And Oops. Oh, all right, let me see. I didn't want to use a board, but I guess I am. So I did, basically I had some of this greenery, but not totally filled in. So I filled in the greenery, I added the flowers, all of the flowers are new. This branch is new and this side is done. So I have to come over and go up like that. So I'm working on these flowers. I finished it, but it has a greenery and more flowers and it goes around the head. And I think there's a butterfly. This side of it, there's a butterfly. So next time I pick it up, I'm gonna do those. So pretty. Aunt Thomas, 1854. I'm doubting myself the names because I made a mistake a few times, so I have to triple check if I'm saying the right names. Okay, Elizabeth Isles, Scarlet Leather. I'm working on her now, but I did quite a bit, so I want to show, but after I finish the video today or tomorrow, I'm gonna work more. Basically, did this leaf, I have not even finished it. So I had three cherubs. I added these two guys. I added this motif and finished this. So next time I'm planning to finish the flower on the beak of the bird. Add maybe one or two cherubs. I just don't want all of them together. This is the middle. So I am almost the middle of the design. Let's see if I can finish this part. It will, but I don't think I'll be finishing. Next time probably you'll see one or two cherubs and few more motifs. That there's like two pods, a flower. So, but the guys look so cute. One thing I noticed, I'm doing with DMC, by the way. I should have got the Vicky Clayton silks, but I didn't. So, do you see the colors? This is called for colors, both of mine and the design. The reds on the cherubs shirts, they are pretty dark. Mine is pink. This is supposed to be red, but it's asking for 225 DMC. So I did it, and I was, there's some on the flowers. I was contemplating, should I take it out, put a red one or leave it, but I think I'm gonna leave it as it is because I'm gonna get frustrated if I frog them and I'll never finish this design if I do that. All right, I think this is all the stitching I done last two. No, okay, no, I have two more. Let's see, where's the, yeah. So I got a Mill Hill package. I saw 1884 Stitchery was selling it. She acquired it. It's an old kit, but I love it. And I was impatient about it, so I got it and I started it. Such a pretty one, and I realized I have 65 kits of Mill Hill and I have only 4 finished. So I need to do some more Mill Hill. This one, I'm not using my hoop because I have the autumn one on it. And it's called Holiday 9 Patterned and Beaded Kit. Frosty Friends. I think this one is out of production, but I've seen a lot of out of production kits, 1 to 3 stitches selling them. So I don't know if they are truly out of production or I don't know. So another one I'm working on is this, which is I should have had the paper. I think it's called harvest corn. Those are corn, harvest something. So this one I'm working on a hoop because it has so much beads. It has more beading than stitching. It has less X's on it than beads. And I would not be able to stitch this one on hand, so I am using my hoop for this one. And I believe that's all my cross stitching that I worked on. I'll show you my plans and some plans for the near future. I showed it last time, but I did not work on it. So I brought it out again to show and make myself work on it. It's called Feliz Navidad with Blackbird Design, and it's worked on 40 count platinum linen. I was kind of struggling. I have some of hand-dyed floss, the cold for, some I subbed it. It's about time I finish it because I want to start a whole bunch more, but I don't want to just leave it as it is. It's very pretty, but I think I was a little bit frustrated last time because a lot of color change, but I have to be in a special mood. I'll stitch that. Ebony's Christmas by Erica Michaels. Would be nice to finish it since it has only 3 colors. I'm gonna work, I don't think I'm gonna finish it, but I will work on it quite a bit. 40 count platinum linen. It was asking for black. I just had a variegated silk thread for the girl. I just did dark navy blue variegated. The rest of it is called for floss, DMC. It is really pretty, and I wish I could finish it, but I wanna put quite a bit stitching on it. All right, last 2. Planning to work on Bent Creek Snow. There's a sticker. I got it from eBay with the sticker, so that's why I could not see the wording. I think I don't need this. So I done this. I needed just the snowman and a few more alphabets, and it's done. So I have finished one of this collection. I have with the angel. I finished the one with the angel, and I have one with the Christmas tree. So they are trio, and they are all stitched the same coloring fabric. That's why I'm using a little bit tight margins, because the back I'm trying to use the 3rd one. And my last one, oh okay, this is the other one I'm gonna work on. I guess it has a snowman and it's going a slitting. The first fall of snow. So that's on my plans. Oops. And I don't have the pattern. I thought I did. It's Nick from Liz Kate, Saint Nick from Lizzie Kate. And it's gonna be stand up. So it's on 28 count Zweigart linen, platinum casual linen. I wanna finish this guy, not fully finish it, at least stitching part, because I also have his partner, Mrs. Oh, I dropped it. Flossy Claus. They come with the packaging and everything, so I don't think I'm gonna finish it, but my plan is to stitching, and I think some beading part is finished. The accessories, I have to do it after I finish the stitching. I mean putting them together, because it's a basket with the stuff Christmassy. Oh, I wanted to let you guys know, I was watching a Flosstuber, and she finished this, and let me see, what is her name? Cross My Stitches. Watch her episode number 76. Her name is Jackie, and she finished the Saint Nick, and she had the original. You guys, she had the original. I have the reprint, and she finished it as stand-up. It looks amazing. The colors are a little bit different, and the packaging is different. The accessories are a little bit different, because mine is the reproduction, no, second time printed. Hers is original kit that she had. And she was also showing the fancy dot elves that she did it. They are out of prints, and she gives all the information how to get them. They are so cute. Like, I think there's 6 elves from fancy dot that you can put next to the Saint Nick. But it's this, I want you guys go watch her number 76, because she did all the work, find out how to get the elves with the Saint Nick. So cross my stitches, episode number 76, Jackie, and she gives all the information. I'm running late, but like I also watched like 2 other Flosstubers. I'll shout it out. Please go watch them. Let's see, Tattoo Stitcher Jordan. I watched her. She's a new mom and prolific stitcher. She does mirabilia, she does sota stitching, which is I think Korean company, and she had a lot of goodies to show. Last episode I watched, I think a week ago. I loved it. I watched it. Please subscribe her. She's a fun channel to watch. Also, I watched one more and now we'll go. I promise I'm not going to keep you guys long. I watched Stitchman Darcy. I think it was his birthday episode, 40th birthday. All I will ask you guys, don't drink coffee while watching his channel, because you might spill it on your drink. He is hilarious, and he was talking about once you turn 40, you get out of bed and you break your back is out. And he was funny, and I really enjoyed it. Watch those channels. You guys gonna love it. They are really entertaining, and I really enjoyed their stitchings. They might not be exactly the same as mine, but it's good to watch different stitchers and artists, how they do their work. Even if you stitch the same thing, we all have our own little touches we add that makes our own unique. So even if you stitch this, right, it's not gonna look like the same, because I add a different way of doing fabric and frame. So it's fun to see it. Lovely, talented stitchers, please watch them. All right, I'm gonna show some of my loot. I guess I talked too much today, and I thought I have more time. My phone, I don't think it can go more than 1.5 hours, so I might just go a little bit long, 1.5, but I'll stop once I see my battery is low. All right, I'm gonna show some of my loot. I was gonna show Christmas, but I don't know if I have time. So what I'll do, I'll show my Thanksgiving patterns as much as I can. Then some Christmas if I have time. So, Sir Thomas, after I finish stitching it, there are Sullivan's floss. And I cannot put with my DMC. And this is all Thanksgiving colors, and it says like hundreds of colors. So I made a bag of all the Thanksgiving items, and I'm using the Sullivan's so I don't want to waste them. And so basically I'm using his colors for other patterns. Bent Creek, Fair Devel, it comes with the buttons. And I'm gonna use, all right. The only thing is I have to put it back because it's gonna be too much chaos if I don't. Let me take out some. All right, Not Forgotten Farms. Most of them are patterns, so I'm not planning to stitch them, but I wanted to show before Thanksgiving is over. See, this is the package I have. I just put a whole bunch of turkeys there. I love stitching turkeys, yet he's the only one I stitched, and I have a whole bunch of it. Turkey Day, Cottage Garden. For Thanksgiving, we do go with my sister-in-law. My sister makes always, my brother-in-law actually makes a turkey, and for 20 years he's been doing it, and he's great turkey cooker. It's nothing. He cooks really good turkey, and he smokes it, he puts beer around it, and he has the whole grill thing set up. So we usually go eat, and it's a really positive experience for me and my family. So that's why we love Thanksgiving, and we love to be thankful for a lot of things. So I have a really positive experience with the family gathering Thanksgiving. That's why I love turkeys. This is Plum Street samplers and turkey sausage. Some of them I put a fabric, some of them I didn't. I guess I have a fabric for this one too. Plum Street samplers, sunflower house. A lot of people stitch this, and I've been asking myself to stitch this every year, but by the time comes time to stitch, like I said, by the time comes Thanksgiving stitching, is already Christmas, and I'm feeling the Christmas. So every year I go, okay, next year, then the next year, then next year, you know. All right, I'll show some fast. Bent Creek, Cattle Lantern, Heart in Hand, Little Pumpkin in the Patch. It's really tiny one. A Lizzie Kate, Halloween. I guess it's a Halloween. I put it there for Thanksgiving, but it is a Halloween. Pumpkin, Lizzie Kate. Oh, I'll put a Halloween there too. Again, Lizzie Kate. Okay, this one is Halloween. The Trilogy. This is a quick stitches, you guys. It says asking very few floss. No, actually it's asking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 floss, but a very tiny one. It says fabric with it. And Bent Creek, Happy Thanksgiving. I do not have the snaps, so if I stitch this, I guess I'll go to and I'll get a snaps. This is my turkeys, or some of it. Okay. I will show some on my radar stitchings and some Christmassy that I might want to take out, or you guys gonna see next time, but I'll show some. All right, let's see. I'll start with this one because I am working on it and I lost the pattern. Okay. It is called The Wool Gatherer by Shepherd's Bush. Last time I showed a pattern, so I'm careful not to. This one is a start, and nowadays you can get the pattern. You cannot get the kit, but you can get pattern on the accent embellishment pack from Silver Needles, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Basically, they have online present, or you can call them and ask them. They'll ship you the market price. They don't overcharge you for it. So if eBay is selling out of print price, don't buy it. Silver Needle has it as the original price. I forgot I had this. So I have worked on it, and probably I am gonna try to work more. The Wool Gatherer. I have the entire set, so really need to finish it. This is the only one, Shepherd's Bush, that they are asking for DMC. Usually they ask silks. Well, the kids are silks, but this is all DMC. It's gonna look beautiful, but mats you have to choose carefully for Shepherd's Bush because they are so soft, very soft colored and stuff. So once I finish it, I think Shepherd's Bush LNS shop sells the mat. You can call and ask for the mats, and they'll ship you because they have the pre-painted mats too. Second one I got from them was the Herb Gatherer, Shepherd's Bush. Well, I'm not gonna say Shepherd's Bush anymore. From the same collection, and it comes with the kit. The embellishment pack. This one doesn't have a lot. The other one had more. And let's see. Oh, this one has a lot. I actually have the kit. It says 2 packs of embellishment. It says so many embellishments. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be fun. The Earth Gatherer. This one was one of the first ones I had, and I have the original. The flosses, I don't know, are they sorted out? I have the flosses, linen, and everything. So, but this is a big one. And from the same collection, I have this. My favorite one out of them four. After this, I'm gonna stitch him. His name is the Toy Gatherer. I seen it on Facebook, on all the Shepherd's Bush, Mirabilia Facebook groups. That's why I keep that Facebook. And someone showed it, and they actually said it. The stitcher said it. She called the Shepherd's Bush, and she got the mat. They shipped it to her. She took it to local framer, gave them the mat, and they framed it, and it looked amazing. Most likely, it's gonna take a few years. If I finish it, I'm gonna repeat what she did because I thought her work looked amazing. And I put this there, Blackberry Sampler. Is it Christmas? Might be Christmas, I don't know. I don't think it is Christmas. I think it's more of the year-round farm thing. So I have the set. So that's the Shepherd's Bush. What else do I have here? Oh yeah, I was gonna show you guys my plan. Winter Quaker, I have up to here, so I start from bottom up. So I have up to here, then I stop. And I was talking about Valdani. I keep it like this, and the pre-threaded needles, I just put it on top of the bobbins. And let's see. I have already stitched, I want to say 65%, because I stitched all of this. I need this part, which is 25%. From far away it looks more muted, but when you bring it close, it is so pretty. Honestly, I got tired of this Valdani thread. You had to separate it one strand and use it for the snowflakes. I got burned out from the snowflakes. I wish I just took a TMC and I did it with TMC, one strand. I would not have burned out. I think that, and if once you separate the Valdani, they get frayed fast and they rip. So I had to cut small parts to do a snowflake, and that's why I stopped. But I want to make this 2022 so I can start the spring and summer, because they are gorgeous. And as you guys saw with this autumn, finished product looks amazing, and will be great if I have them all finished before my eyes give up on me. Okay, this is the one I was talking about. So, this is the summer one. Summer one is very pretty. It's more pink. It's called for, let me see. See? 28 count, 28 count truffle casual linen. And it comes with the Valdani pre-packed threads, and you use it after spool, and you don't separate them. You use them for 28 count as it is, and you stitch it. And actually, this is not as, the date is over here. It's not as heavy stitch as the autumn. Autumn is the one of the, I looked all 4 charts. Well, I have all 4 of them. Even though autumn is the fun colors, it has the most intense stitching on it. The other ones are a little bit lighter. They have less stitching. Okay. And probably after Christmas, I'll start this. My next one is not gonna be summer. My next one is gonna be Spring Quaker. Spring Quaker has the most beautiful fabric that I have ever seen. I went around and purchased it again for the Garden Prelude Mirabilia because it is 28 count Valor casual linen. So pretty. The fabric is so pretty that if it's not gingerbread, a lot of them is gonna be Valor. And it comes, my husband one time as a gift, he went and 1 to 3 stitch got me the floss pack. So I do want to stitch it because it's a gift, and I want to first stitch the gifts because, you know, it's good. So this is all my Quakers, which I should have shown at the beginning, but I'm all around. I'm showing it. I have 2 mirrors. I'm kidding it. I'll show you guys a little bit. So I have this one. I have a mirror that I don't think I'm gonna be able to start, but I do have the beads, and I have the Snow Queen. I have the chart, and I have all the specialties. So I think I need to start looking for the DMC. Black Friday or end of November, we usually have Joanne has a DMC sale, so I'm waiting for, I pull them out because I want to get the DMCs and when the Black Friday sale comes in. This one is, I forgot the name. I do have one Cranic, and I have the called for fabric, Santa's Magic, and it is MD115. It has more Cranic than DMC. So, but for that reason, it's going to take me a while to collect it, but I am. The reason I'm using cold for fabric, do you guys see this area? This is all fabric. So if I choose to change the fabric, then I have to stitch it. But they use the fabric as part of his clothes. That's why I'm going with the cold for fabric, and I think it's gonna look nice. But oh boy, that's gonna be a lot of Cranic. Let me see. This one feels wintry, so I'm gonna put aside and put some stitches on it. Leeds House Sampler. I seen it finished and it looks gorgeous. So this is on my plan to stitch. It has called for, oh, each one is pre-threaded for this one too. Staples cut sulky. So it comes as a kit. It is really easy stitch, but for some reason I got tired, put aside. Sometimes I start and put aside, but I'm feeling it, so I think it's this way. My plan is to finish the circle. I am not expecting a finish, but I have to put at least few stitches. This is Rosewood Manor again, Leeds House Sampler, Rosewood Manor. So those are my plans, tentative, not guaranteed, but you know, I can always change my mind. Let's see. Okay, I'll show this one, and also I'll show a few more patterns and I'll call it a day. So I'm gonna start this one, Glendon Place, from the middle. I cannot start from the corner, it doesn't have corners, so it says you have to start from middle, at least in my brain. I chose the fabric already, and it is 28 count Golden Honey Barbaral Creation. Golden Honey Barbaral Creation, 28 count. And the reason why I'm choosing 28 count is because it says this match. I subbed 2 of the Cranics with the silk lame braids. It has this much Cranic, plus the beads that I have not pulled out yet, plus has this much DMC. So this is about the same size as him, and it is in my plans to stitch it. I have one with Easter eggs all around. That's the name of it. That one. If I have like 3 or 4 of them, I don't think I have seen they have the summer one. I don't think so. So if I can switch them around, that would be awesome to have at least 3 seasons. What else? What else? All right, I'm gonna quickly flash some Christmas patterns. It's 1:15, and I'll let you guys go watch another Flosstuber. The ones I recommended, preferably, they're awesome people. With a needle and thread, kitted, and all bundled up. With a needle, you know what? It might be almost with a needle and thread. Plum pudding. When Santa's away. Peppermint pals. Even though it shows blue, it's the cold for fabric. It's more greenish. I got it from Kitten Stitcher. Candy Cane Lane. Santa's Tree Farm. Happy Hoopla Christmas. It's cold outside. All right, some other ones, thank goodness. Okay, I am now stitching only with tiny needle and thread. Country Cottage Needleworks. Those are fast stitches. I like them because they are fast. You get instant enjoyment. No, this one. Yeah, Country Cottage Needleworks. Ornamental Joy. Country Cottage Kids. The Nutcracker. Again, Country Cottage Needleworks. Santa's List. Waxing Moon Design Moon Topiary. It comes with a star, which is kind of cool. Heartside Christmas, Erica Michaels. It's the Ebony's Christmas partner, so I'm gonna frame both of them together. So after Ebony's Christmas is finished, I'm not gonna frame it until I have both of them done. Ooh, I'm gonna drop it. Reindeer Games, Erica Michaels. You can, I think it has the pattern for the drum and the strawberry too. I'm gonna start with this, but I am planning to stitch all 3 of them someday. I'm planning to live forever, I guess, the way I have all these patterns. Heartsing Samplery, Baby It's Cold Outside. This was a stitch along a few years ago. Yeah, I got the pattern, but it doesn't mean I did anything. I just got all motivated and I got the pattern. Thread of Gold, Christmas Joy 1. This is a fast stitch. There's only few, mostly it's empty fabric. Is it industrial shed, needlework and more. Strive. I don't even know what I have. Heart in Hand, I love this one. Is this a Christmas one? Yeah. I'm discovering again my patterns with you guys. I just randomly picked up. This is not all, but. All right, Plum Street Samplers and IDs, Flirting. They have it for all the seasons, Flirting. They have the autumn one, I think, and summer one. With tie needle and thread. I guess I'm not done with them. What is this called? With tie needle and thread. Everybody knows that one. This Joyous Season. This is big. I thought it was a small one. 182 by 168. Plum Street Samplings. a Mount Vernon Christmas, Plum Street Samplers, and Pomegranate Santa. And this one I have finished it, but I pulled out and I don't have the finish. Well, I have the pillow, but I just don't have it with me. It's a Plum Street Samplers rock stack. All right, I guys kept you guys for 1 hour 20 minutes. Thank you for being patient, waiting with me and watching. And if you guys like what you see, you like this kind of long range content, please like, share, comment. This way YouTube will recommend you guys more. And I hope you guys have a wonderful next 2 weeks for my American friends. Happy Thanksgiving, and rest of my friends overseas, happy November, and I'll see you for Christmas Flosstube. Bye. Happy stitching.